So we're living through an exciting time right now. We just won the Risk.net Award for Clearer of the Year for the second year in a row. We're really focused on our growth ambitions. We've been growing the number of people we have on our team. We're taking advantage of the fact that the markets are volatile again. Rates are creating that volatility. Clients are looking for new ways to create alpha. They're looking for new innovative products, access to exchanges across the globe. And so that's really what our wheelhouse is, and that's where our focus is our growth ambitions to become the top European bank for US clients. The deal was we took over the Deutsche Bank prime brokerage operations and business. All that business came over the course of a 2-year migration. It was just a real testament to BNP's desire to establish that footprint within the Americas. We had grown. My background is actually, I came to BNP back in 2008 when BNP purchased the prime brokerage department from Bank of America. And that was when Bank of America was trying to close the Countrywide deal. And they were a little short on financing at the time. And so they needed to divest in certain areas which were heavy on funding, PB being one of them. And so that's how I actually started my career at BNP. So it was really amazing to see that evolution as here we are fast forward, and one of our biggest competitors is now becoming part of our footprint. What that has done for our business is there's so many synergies between prime brokerage and the FCM world in terms of just operationally, systems, client requirements, and even connectivity like cross-margining between the two businesses. And so in creating a bigger footprint on the PB and establishing our commitment to our client base, which is very much overlapping, that's really helped us grow tremendously on the FCM side. I think this was a real wake-up call for the industry, right? And there's two things I think people need to remember. Number one, this could have happened to anybody. We all, in some way, shape, or form, have some dependency on another firm or a vendor or a provider. And while some of us may have been mostly unscathed, like ourselves, and while others haven't, it could have been in reverse just as easy. And so what I think it's really given us the opportunity is to take a step back and to reassess one of the biggest risks we have today and probably for the foreseeable future. And we have to be better at this. And so the governance that's going to be established by the FIA committee to try to find best in practice and lessons learned from this particular instance and sharing it across CCPs, FCM, and the vendor community, I think is going to be invaluable. And what we'd like to see come from that is, number one, a more robust standard from the CFTC so that if firms aren't able to meet those standards or choose not to meet those new standards, that there is a potential enforcement so that we can really hold people accountable to make sure that their cybersecurity is up to where it needs to be, not just that day one when you sign the contract, but day 5, day 10, et cetera, down the road. And so we're really hoping that it'll create a new standard of robustness in terms of what we need to do in cybersecurity. But on the same token, there's no question there's going to be a significant investment. And it's transversal. And that was my second point, which is this is not a derivative-specific issue, right? Cybersecurity, again, this happened in our space, which is why we're talking about it at this conference. Could have happened in the equities markets, could have happened in the credit markets, could have happened in the interest rate markets. And so we have to realize that this is a transversal topic. And so the way we at BNP are approaching it is looking at our cybersecurity standards and governance holistically across all of our products and businesses. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a prosecutor. I'm not ultimately the one that makes the judgment at the end of the day. It seems pretty straightforward to me that there was fraud here. Clients' money was stolen, and there needs to be a consequence for that. My fear is not that. My fear, I do expect there to be a consequence. I do expect there to be something of significance. What makes this market so great, what makes the derivatives community so great, is this ethical foundation, right? It's that ability to have like an FIA group where we can all talk to each other in an ethical fashion, right? And really try to find ways to improve this industry. That's what makes us great. And when we see things that are done the wrong way, right, we can't applaud that. And we have to not have a short-term memory. And that's my hope, is that whatever happens, I am not a judge. But if it comes to be that there was guilt found here, that things wrong were done, we have to remember not to applaud that, right? Let's applaud the people that we see here year after year, giving their blood, sweat, and tears to this industry to make it better. That's what we have to applaud. And on that last note, it's great to see, for example, the FIA, having this new award, right? Awarding, various people across different areas within the ecosystem and operations. And I think it's just a fantastic addition. The Hall of Fame that we're going to be celebrating tonight, a good friend of mine, Gary DeWall. Those are the things that we need to do. Those are the things we need to celebrate. Those are the people that we need to applaud in this industry. And I think that if you look at the year over year, I think we've gotten back to our roots this year, which is great to see.